Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. I want to say thank you to the channel members. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate anybody who takes the time to come in and check out the knife, the EDC content I put out. I appreciate you. If you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. It really helps me out. Today I'm going to point out and talk about a little EDC fixed blade from CRKT that I did not know existed. I've got one very similar to it, or I've had one very similar to it and have access to one very similar to it. But this was actually gifted in from Chris229, channel member, and it's going to eventually be a giveaway on the channel. This is the CRKT S.P.E.W. I did not know there was such a creature as the S.P.E.W. The S.P.E.W. is very similar to the S.P.E.W, which I still have here, and I'll be able to show you the difference there. But you've got this nice little hollow ground 8CR13 MOV blade. This is a very economical knife for a small knife, and I found a few at Amazon. I'll put a couple of links in the description of this little knife in case any of y'all are interested. It comes in under $40, but you've got the full tang blade that's kind of like this little, the spit actually stands for small pocket inverted Tanto, whatever that means, right? And then I didn't know this, so I was reading about it. The SPEW is the small pocket everyday Wharncliffe. And we'll look at how the SPEW and this knife compare here in a second. But this is an Alan Foltz design, like the SPEW. It comes with this little dangler lanyard that works out very, very well. For me, it's a 3-finger knife. So for you guys, I'm sure it's probably going to be a 3-finger knife. But this little tail does give you more grip. But again, it's a small, they've got it set up as a neck knife. If I was going to carry it, I've carried my CRKT Minimalist and my SPEW as a neck knife because they're so light, as we'll see in a second. But I'd probably put it on Ulti-Clip and put it in my pocket, let it drop in my pocket. It's a very thin blade. I have not touched it up. It's got a couple little snags in it, but 8CR13 MOV will sharpen up super sharp. And the tip on this is absolutely fantastic for drag cuts, for detail cuts, really any kind of utility cut. And then for thicker stock like our cardboard, this little guy, like the SPEW, is a great cardboard shredder. For a small knife, again, when I look at these little CRKTs, I look at them more of maybe an EDC enhancement. It could for sure be your only EDC knife, but it is going to be a little bit smaller. We'll get some sizes here in a second, but just really cuts through material good. I love the shape. I do like that reverse Tanto, or whatever they call it. I think they call it inverted Tanto. Just kind of a play on that name, I guess. But a sweet little, simple, inexpensive knife from CRKT. You've got some branding, like on all CRKTs, a non-existent sharpening choil, which is fine. You could cut one in if you needed to there. You've got kind of a belt satin grind, and then you've got this darker flats and darker tang, kind of a black wash, and then these orange G10 handles, which are removable if you wanted to remove them to somehow make it skinnier. But I was really amazed by this little knife. I was supposed to have shipped this knife out, but it's actually going to get shipped out tomorrow because it was one this past week. This is the Alan Folts SPEW. So the SPEW is a very similar knife, same type of sheath, but it is the small pocket everyday Wharncliffe. So basically, if you look at this knife and you took it here and cut it, you've got the same knife. So the only difference, this one does have micarta handles, But the only difference in these two knives is the tip of this one has been cut off right there. And I did not know that either until I read it. But they're both really cool little slicey knives. And I think this spit, to me, was so cool and drew my attention because somehow, guys, I've missed this little knife. I've owned every single minimalist that you could get from CRKT. I've had a couple of SPEWs. I've given away a couple of SPEWs. And then, you know, I'd never seen this little guy. I've seen the Razzle. I've seen a lot of different CRKTs, but not a lot of small ones, right? So, again, it was a little surprising to see this when it came out of the box, and I was really stoked that Chris reached out and said he had some knives he wanted to donate to the channel, to do something kind for someone, to make giveaways out of them. We've got several that will, over the next few weeks, be finding their ways into somebody's hands that's in the live stream. This one will probably be the next one, since we gave away the CRKT SPEW. Kind of funny story there. And I've got to get in touch with Jim Tagliaferra because he won the channel giveaway. I didn't write it down. Stupid me, just as I rant. Shipped the channel member giveaway knife to Ed Harrison, and also am shipping him the SPEW because it's what he wanted. He may send me back the other knife. I told him he didn't have to. But Jim, I've got you a titanium S.P.E.W, where that one was a G10 S.P.E.W with 20 CV. This would be a titanium. I'm going to get in touch with you. We'll work it out. Make sure you get your winnings. But that was just me being a brain dead. But the reason I gave the SPEW away is because I've already done a review on this. And I did want to review this knife because I found it so cool. So real quickly, let's do a couple of quick size comparisons to like our Civivi Banter, Baby Banter. Just about the same size as the Civivi Baby Banter, which means the mini bug out is going to come in a good bit larger. Looks like you've got about the same cutting edge with that belly. But let's look at it against a couple of small fixies that I really like. About the same size as my little Boker Barlow BFF. And it's going to be smaller, both in thickness and in length, of course, than the Bradford Guardian 3. So I would definitely say it is a small pocket inverted Tanto, but it's one that I really thought was cool. I really like it. I like the fact that it's got a hollow grind. I had to check it with my calipers just to see, because it looks like one. And it's a slight hollow. The SPEW is not. If we wanted to check the thickness on this guy, we would see that the blade stock's 0.1080 with a behind the edge thickness of 0.0165, 0.0095. And then our handle is going to come in well under ½ an inch at 0.3870. And lastly, let's take our tape measure. I'm not going to measure except from the G10. It's 5½ inches from the G10 to right here. The blade is going to come in at 2 1/4 with a cutting edge of 2 inches. And a handle area of 3 inches, 3 1/16 from here to here, right? So that's 3 1/16 inch. But you've got this nice jimping, holds your thumb. It's kind of a one-position knife, but you can pinch grip it. You can utility cut grip it. I have a feeling it's also going to be a pretty light package. So first, let's look at its naked weight. 1.9 ounces on a 2-inch cutting edge, not bad at all. 2.35 ounces packed out. So guys, that is the CRKT S.P.E.W for the small pocket inverted Tanto. Cool knife, just one I wanted to bring to you guys. Didn't even know this knife existed. Went to Amazon, saw that they had several in stock. I think Blade HQ might have a few of them. I'll leave a couple affiliate links in case anybody's interested. A little $39 knife, something like that. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out my little weird fixed blade review on this knife I didn't expect to review. But most importantly, do me a favor. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for that guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.